So can tokenized data still be useful for businesses operations, or does tokenization limit those usability?
So it again depends on which part of this AI ecosystem are you trying to implement the tokenization solution. So a lot of it is the initial part, or rather a continuous process of enhancing AI models or AI LLMs is performing the model training. So when you train a specific AI model on the customer data set or any kind of data set which may contain sensitive values, again, if you are trying to perform a training kind of activity where again the sole purpose is wholly the correlation of the data. So if you want to identify the usage pattern, or if you want to build certain inference rules based on the underlying data, there again, you don't need to understand the actual context or the actual, say, name of the person or the age or whatever, gender, these kind of sensitive informations. So yes, a large part of AI-based applications or AI activities can be performed on tokenized datasets. There is no limitation because, as I said, worthless tokenization is a format preserving activity. So you can say you can safely perform the activities which you are going to perform on the actual sensitive plain text data on a tokenized data set. The AI model doesn't really recognize or doesn't understand by itself that the data has been tokenized beforehand in the case of worthless tokenization. So this is where I would say that yes, the scope for this kind of solution is huge. If you want to, again, say, perform any of the activities which involve the utilization of the actual sensitive data, for example, say KYC matching against the government records, or if you want to say if your AI agent wants to send the personalized emails, then in this case, the application may have to detokenize the data, or it has to avoid tokenizing that field altogether. So it doesn't really necessarily reduce the usefulness of AI, because most models, they learn from the relationships and frequencies and behavioral patterns. So by replacing the sensitive identifiers with a consistent tokenization pattern, the organizations can perform certain activities such as training or analytics and fraud detection while significantly reducing the exposure of the personal data. And only in certain use cases which require the original identity, the detokenization is required.